we go.
Right.
Rolling.
Is it rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, there we go. Signal. All right. What a day. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. All right. 2 check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hey, it is May 9th, 2024. Welcome to the Reckoner. I've spent the last 48 hours talking to a friend of mine who is a very dear friend of mine, one of the smartest people I've ever known, has friends that worked at NASA. I mean, we know that thing or whatever. I'm not gonna dox him, not gonna do anything else like that. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay, where are you? This one. Internet. Are you going to work today? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, interwebsies. Let's see. Can you share that password with me?
It's Silver House. Or Silver House 407.
We gotta make sure we edit that out of the content. Not that they don't already understand what the hell we're doing here anyway, but. Wow, it just doesn't like the internet, does it?
It's weird.
It's bizarre.
It's like it's trying, like it's almost like it kicks us off every time you hook into like Ethernet.
Yeah, and let's connection failed. Let's try it again. Let's see what happens here. You know what? I don't need it on that one computer. I can do it over here.
You don't really need the internet right now.
Yeah, I do kind of for just one thing. So let me get this sorted out because I want to address a straw man that is really, really common in when we're talking about, the topic that we're talking about. So let me just work through this here. My first love has always been music, and I love music, and I will do music until I die. This other thing that came up, the thing that we're talking about, that not everybody's ready to talk about yet, it found me. I spent 2 years hiding from people what I was looking at because I didn't want it. And I'm going to address something here, and I think it's really important because it's one of those things where like I've seen this straw man come at me before, and this was coming from a dear friend of mine. This is something that needs to be addressed, and this dear friend of mine is still a dear friend of mine, but I really think it's important to cover. Let me find the thing. Let's see. Okay, it's got to be on here, maybe. Okay. All right. So, shit. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's go here. Let's go down. Okay. So, all right. So, everything's going fine. This is an old friend of mine. He's an old songwriting buddy of mine. And, you know, he knows, you know, the kind of stuff I've been looking at over the last couple of years. You know, that stunt they pulled in 2020 pretty much wrecked, you know, most of the clubs that I used to play music in. So I don't get to play music as much. This might have been a sign that like I'm supposed to talk about this subject. I don't know. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I wanted nothing to do with this garbage shit sandwich subject. Just for the record, this is for my sister. This is for my family. Nobody wants this subject, but it chose me. It chose me. That's what happened. Okay, so like, you know, I still like writing really great songs, and just people. I hope people like the songs, and I love doing it. It's my favorite thing in the world. In the meantime, it appears as though this needs to be addressed. So, I don't want to take this too much out of context because that's not being honest. But the conversation was going along fine. I'll just read it to you. I don't want to read too much because I don't want to dox him. Essentially, in a nutshell, he's got a family member that works at NASA. And I responded to him with this. There's no doubt that you had family that worked for NASA, and they were probably really great at their jobs. And I'm saying that really with honesty. And then I go on to say, but they were compartmentalized just like any other military organization. Nobody's going to space, never have. Launching satellite balloons, perhaps. You know, we don't know all about the ether drift up there. We don't exactly know how it works, but they're not going to outer space. They're not going to Disneyland version outer space, okay? But mostly faking space. Your family members probably had no idea it was being faked. Or maybe they did, who knows? But either way, if you're compartmentalized and or if you have a security clearance, you're not going to tell anybody anyway, because then you know what happens. So anyway, and I went on to say, I would recommend reviewing your spherical trig and go out and test the curve yourself. It's not there. We checked many times, okay? So I get back. Dude, I'm going to do my damnedest to get you on a civilian space flight. It will probably boost your revenues from what you're posting, which I'm not making any revenues at all, period. Okay? All right. Otherwise, anyway, I'll skip that part. Nice to hear from you again is what I say back to him. Long time. I hadn't heard from him in a while. And then I go on to say, our community has been requesting a space flight for almost 10 years. Somehow every time our members don't get selected to go to space. Weird how that works. So we go on to say here, and I say, highest we can get is high altitude balloons with cameras, 120,000 feet and up. Still flat when we get those pics, look into it. You're one of the smartest people I know. I'm telling him this because he's really smart, really good at engineering. I said, you'll figure it out. And then he goes on to say EXO. Then the next one is, this ain't my rabbit hole. I'm too busy carving paths up the mountain. I don't know what that means, but fine. I said I liked it. Then this one came out of nowhere. Learn a new language and shut up for a while. This makes you feel important and powerful. You're not. Go heal yourself and then someone else. He does go on to say this. You are a beautiful, caring, loving, and pain in the ass human being. Treat your hemorrhoids. I don't know what all that is, but my first take on that is that was a trigger. So this is a guy that's highly educated and much past bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in biology. He's an engineering guy, I don't know what the last half of this was supposed to mean. Go heal yourself and then someone else, which I agree with, yes, which I'm actually trying to do in this actual process. But anyway, you're a beautiful, caring, loving, pain in the ass human being. Okay, thank you, Dave. I'm going to edit that out later. Treat your hemorrhoids. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I go back to him and I said, actually, it's all fact-based. no healing needed here. And then I went on to send him the Black Swan of the spherical trig math and everything else. So I want to address this particular comeback or projection that happens in this community, because the wave is breaking and it needs to be addressed. Let's get over it fast, okay? So there's nothing wrong with me. All I did was go out and analyze what I know how to look at the world. In other words, I took the things that are repeatable. I took the things that I could measure. I took the things that I found other peers that were measuring the same thing. I don't give a fuck if it's flat or round. I don't give a flying fucking fuck. All right? This is 10 years. 10 years I've been battling this, okay? I'm only interested in what I can measure. Here's what I can measure, okay? There is no notion in nature where water, or just call it fluid, doesn't seek its own fucking level, okay? You can't have gas pressure next to a vacuum. That's dumb. It's retarded, okay? All right, there's about 1,000 more proofs that if you do your own homework, you can go out and look at it. But here's the thing, nobody got into this thing wanting to be a flat earther. Nobody did. Nobody did. If anything, we hid it for 2 years. I came out, I hid my laptop for 2 fucking years so that I didn't have to take shit from people. All I wanted to do was play music. That's it. Just music. I love music. It's one of my first loves of all time. This found me. And so now I want to share something that's really great about this thing. It's not a psyop. Don't listen to those idiots. If it's a psyop, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's creating more flat earthers. I don't even like that word flat earthers. This is where we live. We walk around, we ambulate around this place that we live in, and we go have fun and we do things. It doesn't change that much about your life, but it changes a lot when you see the doors that open up for you once you break through it. Now, you're not going to get all of it unless you go through the labors of it. Now, a lot of the heavy lifting is done. We went through a lot of it for 10 years. It's not going to take you that long. I bet most of you out here listening to this will take about, it might take you a week or so, 2 weeks, but you're not spinning. There's no measurable curvature. Gyroscopes maintain their rigidity in space. Pilots depend on this. All right? NASA is a military organization, just like all the rest of the military organizations. There's compartmentalization. You could have 4 guys in charge of that telemetry data. You could have 4 guys in charge. Everybody else wouldn't know shit, but they're happy collecting their salary, okay? Doesn't mean that they're not good at their jobs. Doesn't mean that they're not good people. Doesn't mean that they didn't have good intentions, okay? That's where we're at here. So, backing down to this thing where I need to heal myself because I need power, because I want to be I want to feel powerful because of flat earthers. No, it's quite the opposite of that. 10 years of ridiculous attacks. You think I wanted that? I didn't want any of it. I wanted 0 of it. But it found me. And guess what? It's factual based. You can go out and search it yourself. Okay? You don't need me. It's not a fucking cult. It's not fucking anything. It's just what nature shows you. What does nature show you? Do you believe your senses or not? Are you an NPC or not? Go out and show me water not seeking its own level. Go out and show me pressure against, without a container. Show me against a vacuum, gas pressure against a vacuum without a container. Show it to me. I'll happily come back to Disneyland Spaceballs, but you can't. You won't because you can't. Okay? I did this nicely, diplomatically for the first 5 years. In the last 5 years, it's just getting annoying, When I say people are asleep, that's not meaning that you're not intelligent. I have a lot of really intelligent friends. Respect them for their intelligence. Being asleep versus being intelligent are 2 different things. 2 different things. You're under a spell. We're trying to break you out of the spell. You're still going to have your mind intact. You're still going to have the intelligence and your discernment to walk through this world. Have a good time. Enjoy your family. Enjoy music. Enjoy everything. Enjoy all of it. It's not going to change that part, but it's going to open up a bunch of new doors for you if you just take a look. That's all we're asking. Just take a look. That's it. I cannot be any more clear on this. I love you guys. Cheers.